you started very young, even though your mother was young
Yeah.
and she was learning English and everything else.
Hmm.
She still got you into the music
Oh yeah.
early. eight
Yeah.
years old, you were already starting to dab into instruments, different
Yeah.
instruments
Yeah.
like that, piano and different things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I always had instruments in front of me. My mom always was trying to keep me. I've always been very detailed on who I hang around. That's what she always told me. Like, she always says that I was very picky on my friends, and I've always been just because I want good energies around me, and I know what I want. I know exactly what I'm here, and so that people that don't necessarily bring that energy, I just always kept them around. So from a young age, I had instruments, and my best friends were instruments. Piano, even though I didn't know how to play it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know moving around a lot, not only to Mexico or to Venezuela, but in Venezuela, I moved around a lot. I spent a lot of time just by myself, and so music has always been an outlet for me to feel connected to something,
Mm.
and instruments have been helpful, to feel peace, feel stability in my life. Learning an instrument is probably one of the greatest feelings ever.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I always remember having an instrument in front of me, and I always told my mom to always try to keep something in front of me to keep me distracted from the streets. That was pretty much her way of like keeping me at home. New instrument, new little piano, ukulele, a guitar, something. Just stay at home all day, man, in front of the computer, just
So,
working.
I mean, it's a good strategy to have, especially since she saw that the first instrument you have, you gravitated towards it,
Hmm.
and you just
Oh yeah,
kept bringing different
yeah.
ones.
And I don't remember not ever not having a studio in front of me, in like at my house. I've always, since 16 years old, since I told you that I went to that place,
Mm-hmm.
I thought I could buy a studio and I could get good at this. And I bought, a $250 studio equipment, very much nothing. But from that, it all started. And it takes time to get good at something.
Yeah.
Um, it doesn't come, and I wasn't born with just the talent of writing music. I've worked my way into this. I've read books about music writing. I'm all into about the science of songwriting
Yeah.
and production. And because I'm a producer and I was able to dive into the world of starting a song from scratch, I mean, the music is math and it's science, and that, man, is beautiful to me.
So in your studies, whenever you were looking into it, you found that's part of the elements that make a successful song,
Oh
including
yeah.
maybe even the structure of the song.
Oh, absolutely.
What is the Do you know by chance, by just in your mind,
Mhm.
some of the similar things that popular song structures, very popular songs
Yeah.
have the structure? What is
Oh
it?
yeah. I've always, every time I'm in a studio session, I feel like this has been my little secret, right? And I'll give it to you guys. It's not really no secret, but it's a strategy that works, right? I call it the 4 bar method.
Mm.
Everybody probably knows about it. And if you're a good writer, and if you're good, you're a good rapper, singer, whatever, you use this. And even if you don't know how to do it, this is what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I call it the 4 bar method, and it's the easiest way to write music. I pick 4 words that I like and that are go with the subject that I'm gonna say. 4 words.
Mm.
Those 4 words are gonna be my bar. Then it's up to my creativity as I'm singing. I don't write my music. I just kind of go in there, and obviously I write after I have the initial idea. But if you can think of 4 words, and if you have good rhythm, you have a good vocabulary, you have a theme, and you have a concept, you can write a song. Pick 4 words, fill on those gaps, but those are your bars. And you know how to count bars, and you know somewhat of timing. Trust me, that structure will do it. You'll write a song within 15 minutes, whatever, how long it takes.
Wow. So you don't write anymore. You actually, because it's awesome that you learn at 16 how to do and save yourself money, because if you was to spend that time on the
Yeah, that's
studio,
the one of the reasons.
re-recording you, punching in, because a lot of the times certain things don't make it to the final cut,
Oh
and
yeah,
you record over and over until
oh
you
yeah,
get that. So you save yourself a lot of money by doing that.
lots of money.
Not by Geico, but by learning that
But
the method that
yeah,
he did,
yes
which is
sir.
amazing.
Yeah, no, yeah, it saved me a lot of money. Saving, and on top of that, I always tell artists and people that want to get into the music, you have to be able to record yourself,
Yeah.
because you have to be able to give a demo at least to the producer, the engineer, somebody. This is my reference track, right?
Mm.
Um, there's nothing worse to an engineer or producer than an artist that comes not ready to the studio, because they expect you to create something for them when in reality, if you're paying for studio time, let's never get into that too much, but you have to
Yeah.
come ready to studio sessions. And I always give tips and tricks to artists to when they go to studios on how to handle themselves.
Yeah.
Because a lot of artists actually don't even know how to handle themselves in studios, and therefore they don't get the result that they came for, and it happened to me at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm coming to the studio not ready, and I come on, I'm like,
You're talking
nothing.
about
Yeah.
alcohol, maybe some other
Oh,
activities,
oh yeah.
recreation
Oh
activities
yeah.
that might delay you from
That's
being
right.
productive.
That's right. That's right. And I talked about this in a lot of interviews before
Yeah.
that I've been in studio sessions where nothing gets done, because of those reasons.
Some
And
people are habitual studio goers just because they like the process to
right,
feel.
right,
They
right,
never
right,
come out
right.
with any
Yeah,
projects,
right,
but
exactly.
they kind of sort of
Yeah,
enjoy that.
yeah,
But for
yeah,
you, it's
yeah.
more of like, let's create something
Oh no,
really.
for me it's work time when I'm in the studio, man. Like one thing that I don't get annoyed by anything, right? But it is disturbing to go in the studio and not get anything done
Mm.
because it's being in front of that computer and then behind that software. There's little things that you're doing, you're taking your time, you can't go backwards, and if things aren't done properly, if the artist is not pleased with their vocal, pleased with how it came out, you have to go backwards a lot. A lot of the
Yeah.
steps, a lot of steps that takes the song forward. So at this point, where I'm at, I don't record artists anymore. For a long time I was recording artists because it pays the bills.
Yeah.
But I don't record artists anymore.
So do
No.
you still do the mix and mastering for
Oh
them?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as of right now, I've stopped mixing and mastering for anybody other than
Mm,
myself right now.
gotcha.
It takes a lot of time, and quite honestly, I have too much to focus on right now when it comes to my own music to record anybody else now. If anybody would love to get mixed and mastered by me because they really enjoy my sound, I'm open to it. I'm an artist and I love to create, and especially if it's a great song. Sometimes I hear a song on Instagram or I now DM people like, let me mix this for you. Like I see potential in this. I know what I can take this, and I'll mix people's song for free. Just because
Gotcha.
I like them that much.
Yeah.
So it's not really get hard to get a hold of me when it comes to mixing and mastering. But for the most part, man, I'm just mixing my vocals down. I have the soy chain, literally, was it's a vocal chain that I've created on the Waves platform plugins, which I'm certified by Waves plugins as well.
Nice.
Um, so it's my vocals and my vocal chain is like my sauce right now.
So if you want to reach out to him, he will, but he's a business. If he
Yeah,
wasn't digging the song in the
yeah.
beginning, reach out to you. Make sure you compensate the man for his work.
Right, right, right.